Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is the Fight Insight podcast. It's the best damn podcast that your friends are not already watching, so get them to come over and check this episode out. I'm Timmy B, the host, with my co-host, friend, UFC veteran, and legend, Brian Bam Bam Barberina.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Timmy B. Hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fight Insight podcast.
An incredible episode today, Bam Bam.
Yes.
As far as I think, we've got 3 guests lined up from around the world of combat sports and beyond. But our first guest, this is a guy, man, that I was waiting to talk to. Not even necessarily who he is, but what he represents. This man is joining PFL Africa in their inaugural season. But here's the deal, Bam Bam. This guy's a ringer. This guy has been fighting already in Bellator, PFL, Combate Global, double champ in other promotions. This guy's done it all, man. So he's here to take the world by storm. This is the Black Mamba, Frans Mlambo.
Oh,
yeah. Welcome.
Guys, what's happening? Glad to be on here.
What's up,
you.
Black Mamba? What's up, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I've had the hardest year of my career, but you know that's slowly becoming history right now. Where we're looking forward to this thing in 3 weeks in Cape Town. So big opportunity ahead of me. I can't wait to have it going, man.
That's
Absolutely.
it, man. When you say hard year, is that because you haven't fought in a couple years? Is this what you're referring to?
That's what I mean. Yeah, the reason I haven't fought in the last year. My last fight was December of 23. It was actually a PFL final that didn't go my way, but that was my last fight, and I just was not able to compete or anything till now.
Wait.
Oh, wow. Is it due to injury or
No.
So
it was a ridiculous situation that just kind of came out of nowhere. It was a visa problem. So I'm living in Ireland like most of my life, yeah. And in that whole time, I just never applied for the citizenship. Yeah, so I'm a resident, not a citizen, as of now. And so what I need to do is just renew my residency every 3 years. But then now, because there's such a fluctuation of, people coming in and out of the country, the system is kind of overblocked. And so a thing that usually takes me a few minutes to do on the internet just was not taking that time. Like, it took a year for me to get that appointment to sort that out. And that's all it was. All it was just to get to the appointment, and it was just impossible. I tried every possible route, even had lawyers, and all it was just an appointment, and I just couldn't get this appointment. And so now the appointment was got, the thing was done, and we're back in business.
Wow.
Do you not go to the government and say, I'm goddamn Black Mamba Frans Mlambo?
But the thing is, I tried that because what I was telling them was, listen, guys.
Good.
I mean, but that's what you're saying is correct, because like I've represented Ireland in literally every single sport I've played. They call me the Irish Zulu man. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was very peculiar. Like, it wasn't a normal type situation. So there was nobody that could help me because nobody knew how to. But all I needed was an appointment.
It's so crazy.
Man, that is wild.
It was crazy. Yeah.
And so that's the thing, though. And then you were under contract with PFL for that year. So that's why then you don't fight even in a local promotion, because you're like, well, I'm stuck with this contract, but I can't get there.
Yeah. I couldn't do anything. Like, I'm actually just at the start of that year, I became a stuntman as well, which I'm currently a stuntman. And at the time, I was the only black stuntman in Ireland, right? Done a job there, and then couldn't do the rest. Like, so I got one gig with the stunts thing, and then just was not able because of this whole thing. So you have to imagine, in this whole year, I couldn't work, couldn't do anything, and it was crazy. Like, I'm just giving you guys bits by bits, but it was crazy, yeah. But now we're back.
So that's the thing. With that delay and everything, not being able to work, not being able to fight.
Yeah.
Did your focus go into, well, I'm gonna improve as much as I can during this time, sharpen things up even more, or was it just like, in the beginning, was it kind of just like, oh man, I can't believe this, like I don't know what I'm gonna do, or what kind of was the mindset going into that?
Well, the mindset was crazy because, like I'm saying, from what I've given you, isn't half of what was going on.
I believe it.
Like for example, like I was with a girl for 13 years, and that ended, right?
Oh,
right. So I'm talking about this thing happened the exact same, around the same time as when I couldn't fight, and then everything else. So it was just everything just kind of fell apart all at once, type of thing for me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
And up here, I'm good, man. I think I'm at a place where in my mind where I can just handle it. You know what I mean? I understand that life is not going to be fair, and do you know what I mean? It's going to do everything to try and break me. I just will not allow that to happen. Do you get me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. I love it. Dude, I love it, man. I want to put the picture up on here because here you are. And this is the thing. This is South Africa. We are coming. PFL Africa. There you are on the top left.
Sure.
So you're one of the feature athletes. I asked you before we started the podcast, and I thought your answer was very funny. I said, do you know Don Davis? And you said, I have no clue who that is.
Yeah.
He is the president or the owner or the something of PFL.
Of PFL.
Yeah. Yeah, but you see,
know?
when you join the PFL, they don't give you a list of the owners or anything like that. And like
why are they not reaching
on social media?
But you were the finalist in 2023. Why do the heads of the company not come around and go, "Hey, man, good to meet you. Like you're the finalist. You're about to represent our company."
To be honest, I probably met him. But fight week, you're meeting so many people. You're shaking hands. You know what I mean? Thanks, nice to meet you. Introduction.
It's hard to remember all those names.
And then you go through the hardest year of your life. So you can excuse me this one time, I think.
Okay. That's fine. I do want to shout out, man. Because now the show that you were a stuntman for, it was not Bodkin, was it, on Netflix?
It wasn't Bodkin. It was actually season 2 of Wednesday, Netflix.
You're on season 2 of Wednesday?
Yeah, bro. And that was my first gig stunting, like, you know what I mean? This is it's great stuff. From now on, I think I'm gonna also be a stuntman.
That's very cool, man. Congratulations on that. I did not know.
Nice.
I did not know Wednesday was filmed in Ireland, so that's awesome.
Yeah, well, season 2 at least. I'm not sure if all of it was, but definitely season 2. Yeah,
dude, that show's amazing. Did you watch season 1?
I did indeed. Yeah. So it was pretty cool because I seen everyone.
Nice. Wait, so who are you the stunt double for?
I'm not stunt doubling. I was just doing stunts in the I was a police officer. I was a security guard, and I was also a patient. So there's a few roles that I had to do, stunts with, but didn't have to do much. It was a pretty good gig, like, you know.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I can't wait. That's amazing. Look, here's the thing. When PFL Africa was announced, and you got the first event coming up again. Hold on, what's the date again? What's the date? July
19th.
July 19th.
Yeah.
Right. So just a few weeks away. When they first announced PFL Africa, here's what happened. They've also put another card, like a Champion Series card. I think it's like immediately right after. Like I think like PFL Africa is going to go for a couple hours, and then they go right into a Champion Series card where Johnny Eblin is defending a title in the main event, and then Dakota Decheva. This all seems like news to you.
Dakota's just, I heard the word Dakota and I was like, because she's a flipping beast. But anyways, news, just all news to me, man. All news to me. Like,
all right.
News to me.
You're focused on your job, right? You're focused on who you got to fight and you're getting it done.
There's a lot of things that I have to think about right now.
The drama that I'm trying to get out of you is because I'm like, hey, there's a bunch of African stars in the world of MMA, you being the prime example of that, right? Because here you are, you're not some unknown entity. You're a person who's had a great professional career in Bellator, in Combate Global, 2 titles in your professional career. You've been in PFL, made it to the finals, right? So you are an established fighter. Yeah. I was mad when they put another card right on top of PFL Africa. I'm like, the African stars can tell this, you idiots. It's PFL Africa. So So I need you now to talk trash to Dakota and Johnny Eblin. Go.
Well, to be honest, like you can put Dakota anywhere and a show will be held. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right.
So I can't
Yeah.
hate on that one. The rest, bro, you're giving me names here, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, though, do you
Yeah.
think that there are enough African stars?
No, 100%, 100%. When it comes to that, there fact, 100%. Like, you know what I mean? You could have made a whole African card. You know what I mean? But that only boosts the market there. You know what I mean? Like the people there would know these certain people. Like, I'm probably bigger like in Ireland than I am in South Africa, and that's not I live here, but it's a fine margin. Then anyway, I should be bigger in both places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like there is opportunity there to promote the guys that are there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
And I think what you just described seems like it's not exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're taking some steam away. And I think, honestly, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to bring in these other names to hopefully boost the card, boost the attendance and everything like that. You know, people.
That's what it kind of sounds like as well, because like these people probably would be known already. Like, I mean, these fighters,
like they're former champs and former tournament champ winners and all that. Evelyn was the Bellator champ and everything. So, I think they're already established names, but I think they could have done it without it as well.
No, but it's like it's a business at the end of the day as well. Like, and they obviously have to look out for that. But guys, you know what I realized in this year, right? I've had peace out. I'm not a sports person. Like I genuinely like I don't actually like sports, right? Right?
Wait, what?
I'm just good at fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why usually in these interviews, when you go into actual like back information about the sports and history and names and stuff like that, I'm just like I don't know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not a sports guy. I just fight. If that.
But you don't watch fights either.
I do watch fights, but not in recent years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But but you train at one of the greatest gyms. I mean, one of the most well-known gyms at SBG Ireland, correct?
Not only do I train there, I'm staying in the gym for what's it? I'm doing this camp in the gym, so I'm surrounded by it for now. Because you have to think, I went a year without nothing, and then now all of a sudden, in 6 weeks' time, you have to be ready for a fight. So I just said, I'm in the gym 24/7, and let's get this done.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm very proud of you, dude, because here's the thing, man. Like, also your manager, I want to give him a shout out because your manager is who
Nick
set us
is
up.
awesome. Yeah.
Dude, Nick is a great guy with what is the Air Media Productions?
Air Media Sports,
Air Media Sports and Air Media Productions. Like, great dude, man. He's helped me a lot so much, like with different athletes and stuff. But he told me, because he was saying, he goes, this is the guy. Frans Mlambo, the Black Mamba. This is the guy that's going to make the thing. You know what I mean? This is what's going to make it explode. So what I'm happy for you is I want you to be able to take all the shine. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put on the performance of a lifetime. And then PFL Africa, the next PFL Africa can highlight Frans Mlambo, the other superstars, right?
Yeah,
we don't need people. Yeah. We don't need people from anywhere else, man. Like, these are the stars.
Yeah.
If you're going to build PFL Africa.
Yeah, definitely. But like, as in, to be devil's advocate on the PFL side, right? I'm thinking, all right, this guy, fair enough, he's Frans Mlambo, done all this and that, but he lost his last fight and has been off for a year. Do you mean, do we promote him and put him up there for him to fail or whatever, or do we see what he has still and then promote him? You know what I mean? That'd be probably a smarter business deal, because obviously, me being me, you know what I mean? I've done so much in the sport. Yeah, put me up there. But at the same time, I wasn't there. I need a little warm up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got you.
This tournament is a nice little warm up still.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I do see my next guest is in the waiting wing, so she's going to yell at me and she's going to yell at you if she doesn't get on here soon.
Yeah, tell her my apologies, because it's my fault. I have to cook them up.
She's a very dangerous woman. And do you want to know something? Her nickname, Frans, guess what her nickname is?
It's not the Black Mamba.
It's La Mamba.
No!
It is.
All right, we need to... give her my contacts. We need to make a thing here.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
You know what? Or something.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring her in now. So now I can't do my official like fancy intro, okay? But I'm gonna ask you a few more questions. So don't leave yet. But I'm just gonna bring her in because so we have Mamba and La Mamba and Black Mamba.
Let's do it. It's only right.
This is a very dangerous woman, Frans. This girl has been on my radar for a long time because when you think about female mixed martial artists, you need killers. You need people who have the star power. You need people who have the physical power to put on a display in a show. And this woman I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago at Combate Global, main event, totally dominated her opponent as I knew she would. She's now 8-0 as a professional. Like I said, she is La Mamba. Here is Melissa Amaya.
Oh shit!
Hey.
Boom! There you are. What's going on, Melissa?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
Good. Yeah. This is Frans Mlambo. He's the Black Mamba. He's fighting in PFL Africa.
What's happening?
Frans, before I let you go, man, I want to ask you though. This PFL Africa, the prize is 100,000.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
100,000, and 100,000. The next year you go into the main PFL tournament.
Would not be sweet. Like if that actually happens, I'm gonna just write a book.
So it's not for sure.
Yeah,
no.
Bro.
Wait, no. But is
sure
that the prize?
Yeah,
I think it is. Like because there's that was basically kind of what was like that's kind of what was said in the contract. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
At the same time, like when we just have to make it, innit? We'll see what happens, man.
Absolutely.
Because like I'm not holding anybody to any type of promises because I've done that so much in my career, and it's usually disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take it step by step. If they offer things and they happen, great. But I'm not gonna be expecting not like that. You know what I'm saying? Because disappointment is a son bitch.
No, hold on. I don't understand what you're saying because it's in your goddamn contract. And so I need to make sure that when you win this tournament, you go in. I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? Like when you were in the finals before, you were in the PFL Europe tournament.
Yeah.
But the idea always is like, okay, I win my 100 grand, but then the following year I
move on to the next
tournament.
one. Yeah, for sure.
Kick ass.
For sure.
Before I let you go, Frans, I'm going to show you a video because someone sent in a video message for you. This is our friend. He fights over at Octagon MMA. See if you recognize this guy.
Yes, Frans. Big love. Obviously, I've heard you're on PFL Africa. Go smash it. Go show them what the Irish Africans are all about. Get that 100K. Everyone knows you deserve that. Get into that global tournament, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll have to follow suit soon. See how this PFL Africa shit goes.
There you go.
I like Frank Pong.
Yeah. There's the mouth of Ireland, Dennis Frimpong from Octagon MMA. That guy's a total disaster. I don't know why he was naked in your video. So
hey, bro, he's got to show a nipple or two at least. If he doesn't show something mad, it's not ping pong. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. If he's not doing something ridiculous. Listen, Frans, last question before I let you go. It's a question that I ask everybody that comes on the podcast. It's a question that my mom used to ask me almost every day of my life growing up. So I'm going to ask it to you, Melissa. I'm going to ask you after as well. On a scale of 1 to 10, Frans Mlambo, how happy are you?
Right now, very happy, man. I'm like, what, 1 to 10? Let's say 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Life is on the up.
Good.
Is that it?
Yeah. Well, life is on the up.
Would you like to expand upon it? Anything? What's going on?
I don't know. I feel like it's a trick question.
No. I'm just asking. I'm just asking if you're happy.
I'm always happy. That's the thing. I'm always happy. Yeah, bro. I'm always happy.
All right.
You know, to be honest, you know, an 8 is a bit loud because, like, now that I've spoken to you guys and you know what I mean. I've met La Mamba. You know what I'm saying? So maybe let's push that up to a 10 because, like, it's been a night. It's been a night. And after this, I just cooked up a storm, guys. I'm about to go feast. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh yeah.
yeah. When I really think about it, I'm at a 10.
All right, my friend.
Well, go eat. Enjoy the feast.
Yeah.
Will do.
Frans, man,
You guys
thank
have
you
been
so
awesome.
much. Thank you so much for this, man. Like,
Yes,
let's talk
you.
again after you win this first fight. I want you back on the podcast. We're gonna debrief. We're gonna see how PFL Africa was. I want to see if you met or you can pick out Don Davis out of a lineup. I'm gonna test you.
Okay.
All right.
Google will help.
Yeah.
No cheating. Goodbye, Frans.
No cheating. Fair enough. Thank you, guys.
See you later, bro. Bye-bye. Melissa Amaya. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just did some strength and conditioning this morning on base. And
Nice.
Nice. It was very nice.
Nice. Now, awesome. Bam Bam, here's the thing, man. I met Melissa on an interview on millions.co where I do some interviews. And I'll tell you, Melissa's energy off the hook, man. Like very, 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 very energetic, very, very nice, very pleasant. And then, Melissa, you go out there and you have the performance of your career.
I think last year was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was.
But I mean, like, look, every fight that you do, right, with the pressure of being undefeated, everyone has to be, is it more pressure every time, or is it like, hey, this is getting easier and easier? Like, what is the feeling?
No, it's never pressure based on record, because I could care less about that. Oh, like, it's amazing. I'm super, super grateful and stuff that it's gone my way, because that means I haven't lost.
Yeah.
However, to be told again and again, like, oh, you're putting your record on the line, you know, you're undefeated. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Hold that O in the corner and never fight again? Like,
yeah.
It irks me.
What are you gonna do? Pull a Khabib and retire early?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on. But if you fight long enough, you're gonna lose,
right.
You know,
well, I mean, it's great. It shows that you're not, you're willing to take risks. You're not worried about like losing it. You're going to go out there and do your best either way. So whatever happens,
which is the point of fighting, is like challenging yourself, upping the competition, going out there and testing, like, I guess people, like, you could be, let's say you're 20-0, but all you fought were cans, and it's like you never stepped out of your comfort zone, I guess. So the pressure is never from that. The pressure for me is more so, can I fully let go all expectations, not let that weigh me down, and just be able to go in there and give 100%? Because if I give 99 or like 98, like, I'm going to know I didn't give it all. And that's what's going to keep me up at night. Like, oh, that eats me up. Because you can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Bam Bam, this girl is super smart too. Like, see these like knowledge, wisdom, like nuggets she gives. It's crazy. Melissa, here's the thing. I'm watching your fight, and all I could hear was the sound. Bang, 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 bang. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. I put together a little video montage.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if you can hear the sound, Bam Bam. As I'm watching Melissa's fight, this is all I kept hearing. Here it is. See if you can hear this.
La japonesa puede hacer las dos analizando giro, una buena ahí la frontera, volteo y tomar cualquier espacio. Creemos que un triunfo más al récord.
The sound of some solid shots, Landon.
Dude, it was. I don't know, Melissa. Did you watch your fight back after?
Yes.
Like, every time you touch this girl, it was like a firecracker. It was like crack, crack, and like you may need to change your nickname to like 1-inch punch Melissa Amaya, because like it seemed like you weren't even like full swinging. Like, even with short, you were just generating so much power. Every hit, man, was like, what the hell? My wife is like, ugh. Like, every time you were hitting, she was like, this sounds terrible. Like, this poor girl. Geez Louise, a lot of power though, Melissa.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've been working on that really hard, because 115ers aren't supposed, they just generally don't have that much power. And I really want to reverse that conversation, because I'm tired of hearing that 115ers can't have knockout power. So I'm like, want to, start like showing that. So
well, you definitely got the pop.
Yeah, because Bam Bam, when you watch that there and you hear that, you would not think you're watching 115ers.
No.
Like, it was just bang,
like,
bang,
geez.
bang. It was crazy.
Every time you landed, it's just like crack, crack.
Yeah. And
I
look,
legit thought you were talking about some like audio issue with Combate. Like, oh god.
No, not at all. Okay, hold on. Speaking about an audio issue, though, did you not get to pick your own walkout song?
No.
Okay.
I haven't for a while. They had a live band the last few times.
Mariachis?
She might as well have been.
Yeah.
Super racist. Was it? Wait, was it?
No, I wish it was. It was just like some band, like I don't even know.
Like a Journey cover band?
Well, kind of like the Roots, but not the Roots, you know?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
But it was very weird because like as every fighter came out, Bam Bam, it was like generic background music. And I was like,
yeah.
And then when Melissa came out, I'm like, oh, Melissa, bad choice. Like, why did you pick this song? But then I kind of realized, I'm like, oh, I guess they're not picking their songs. Like, it was...
Yeah, it's probably a copyright issue or something, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they just got tired of trying to get like licensed.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, very strange. Because I mean, here's the thing though: the fights were on YouTube. Like Combate Global now is live on YouTube, which is cool because then everybody can see the fight. So Melissa, I think I might have asked you that before, but was your family and friends all happy because like, yeah, we don't have to pay for anything. This is all free on YouTube. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think this was the first time I didn't get bombarded. I still got questions of where can I watch it, but it was the first time that I didn't get like, hey, I can't watch it. It's not working or something's going on. It's YouTube is super good.
Yeah, amazing, easy. Like everybody's able to watch. And then not only that, but now your fight is on there for like people that want to watch your fight. You can just go back and watch the last Combate Global, and then your full fight is there, which is incredible.
You don't have to wait like a week or two or whatever for it to be like processed. Yeah, it's super nice.
Exactly.
Nice. Did you feel like you gained more followers because it was on YouTube, or did you track that, or did you pay attention or anything?
Wait, what?
It lose followers, but it definitely didn't like.
Yeah, boosted it all. Okay.
Yeah, no, maybe like 50. That's being generous, I would say.
Rounding up to the nearest 50.
Wait, really so, like
37. So, but wait, did you find that you were gaining more followers when you were on other platforms and stuff? Is that what you're kind of saying?
I don't even know if platform would matter. I think I tapped my audience.
Really? No.
Nah, come on.
No, every time it's going to go. And here's the thing too, Bam Bam. Like Melissa does a lot of media. Like Melissa, you do a lot of interviews. You get yourself out there. I will say as well, thank you so much for being prepared. Like, you know what I mean? Like Bam Bam, in everything Melissa does, she always looks well prepared. Like it's not like you're who's that guy? Who's that guy? Darren, the English guy, the UFC guy who now boxes.
Till?
Darren Till. Is Darren Till?
Yeah.
Melissa, every time that Darren Till guy is in an interview, like with Ariel Helwani or whatever, he's like in his car. I'm like, why are you never prepared for your interviews? Like he's always like, it's always
kind of like
it's always like last minute, like he's in a closet somewhere. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? But how come? Is there an option for English commentary on Combate Global, or do they not have that?
I guess it's kind of hard to find it sometimes because I found it easily the first few times, and then after that, I don't know where it went. So,
okay. Because every time I've watched your fight, I've always watched it in the Spanish broadcasting, and I didn't even know that there's an English. So okay, so there is an English, so that's cool.
Yeah. Alex, I don't know if you know Alex Wendling. I hope you do because she's amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's a commentator, and Shane, and they're on the version.
Okay.
After the first time.
I know I always see Alex when she's doing like the face-offs or stuff like that, like the media things. I always see her there with Combate, but I've never heard the commentary with her. So that's cool. I'll check that out for sure. The only thing that I understood from the broadcasting team in Spanish was that you are from Spokane, Washington.
Washington.
I know they said that a few times. But tell us about your journey though, because for those of you that are meeting you now on the Fight Insight podcast, where does Mamba come from?
Well, I was born in El Paso, Texas, but I grew up 15 minutes north into the New Mexican border. Yes, it's in America for everybody. They say we're the last in education, but every time I tell somebody I'm from New Mexico, they're like, I've been to, Cancun. And I'm like,
Yeah, not the same. Not the same.
And then how did you get into MMA?
So went to college in Albuquerque, also in New Mexico, just northern area. And during nursing school, I was just I always lifted weights. I always trained my whole life, but not being in a team, I had this hole missing. I was like, oh, like I need to compete. Something's just missing. I was bored lifting weights, and my classmate, she's like, hey, come do a kickboxing class with me. And I was like, oh, sounds good. I'll try it out. I had already done a class of judo in college and kind of liked it, And growing up with three brothers, just the natural aggression was always there. So when I do kickboxing, I don't know. I guess I like somebody yelling at me.
Yeah.
From my childhood. Go harder, faster. Yeah. Take. I'm like, yes, sir. And I was just like hitting the back. Super fun, especially with friends. And I was just hooked from the first day, and I didn't stop going back, and got invited to the 7 o'clock team MMA, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fun. And actually one of my first classes with no experience, she probably doesn't remember this, but Claudia Galdega, however you say his last name.
Claudia Galdea, yeah.
Yeah. I just remember blinking, and we were standing in front of each other, and suddenly she monkey jumped, was in the air, grabbed me in a guillotine, and I just what just happened? And that was my first experience in like an MMA thing. I was like, whoa, I want to do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so funny because I was going to ask you, like, okay, so you go to this gym, and then all of a sudden they see this like 115-pound girl and go, hey, do you want to come to the to the MMA sparring practices? And I'm like, did they have other 115 girls? Because otherwise, like, but so they had Claudia there, and so probably you were someone they're like, hey, wait a second, this girl can give her some rounds.
Not so much. I didn't start fighting there. She actually got mad at me because we started kind of rolling, and then she's like, wait. And she asked me to show her my hands. And I didn't realize it. I mean, I'm new, like common sense, hindsight. But she's like, nah, we're not going. Because I had nails. They were not that long, but they were long enough for her to be like, you can't touch me. Like, I'm not doing shit. Like, get off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, never forgot that lesson. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But this was in Albuquerque at Latrell Yee MMA. And I started off there, didn't have any intentions fighting. And so my husband got stationed here in Spokane. And I went to this gym. It so happened to say it was permanently closed. For whatever reason, I messaged their Facebook group, and they're like, yeah, no, we have practice at 7. I was like, okay. And they paired me up with some girl. And I guess he doesn't normally, and this is Rick Little here in Spokane at Sick Jitsu. He normally doesn't let girl or anybody really roll the first day, go live, because you have a newbie, you don't know what they're about. You get somebody injured from your gym because somebody's spazzing and dumb.
Yeah.
And went with one of his girls and subbed her right off the bat. And it was kind of funny because my husband was there with me, and they had me go with this girl, and I immediately guillotine her, and she's like a bucking bronco, like strong and stuff, but all over the place. And I had enough training to catch her in a guillotine right away, and everybody was like, yeah, to that girl. And the second I subbed her, I was just like, quiet, like, oh, like, who is this chick? It was just her first day here.
Yeah.
And Coach saw that, and he's like, okay, like, we'll make you pro. But it took a while until he decided to make me pro, because Kenya had just lost against Jermaine, and she came back here, and he had me do 2-a-days with her. So I was basically her rag doll, and he was impressed at how well I held up, and he's like, all right, she's durable. I think you can go straight pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing too. You had no amateur fights.
Mm-hmm.
You went straight to pro. So when we say 8-0, that's even more impressive, because you're fighting people with like similar records to you, but probably on top of that, they've got like a bunch of amateur experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you are really learning on the fly here. Like, it's crazy. What is the biggest thing to you that like you've been proud of yourself about throughout this whole thing?
I think the mental evolution, because physically that's the easiest part for me. I've always loved running myself into the ground. If I'm not throwing up, like, I'm not doing it right. Yeah. Something I've learned too is like, that's old school. That's not okay. That was fun to get that. But I think the mental like improvement, because anybody can train hard. You hear about it all the time. They're warriors in the gym. They're warriors in sparring, and they go in the cage and they shit the bed for whatever reason. Like they can't connect the two, and that's frightening. Imagine putting everything you can into your camp, and for some reason it just doesn't want to click in there. And I've been very proud of the fact that I have been able to transition well into the cage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very important.
It's like a different kind of animal that it takes to be able to do what you're doing or to do what Bam Bam does. You know what I mean? Like when you guys have that level, like that killer instinct and stuff like that, that's something, because I've trained with people here in Toronto, and there's this one guy, love him to death, man. I was part of all his fight camps, and he was great, and he was like a cardio machine and a killer. But every time he would go to do a fight, no killer instinct. And like, he was just too nice of a guy, you know, and he just couldn't flip that switch, and he couldn't just get angry enough to like finish the dude. And I'm like, you know how to do this, man. You do this all the time. Like you can do it, but like every time. And so it's something like the mental aspect, Melissa, is like absolutely super important.
Could he spar well?
He would he was very good, but it was his conditioning that was crazy. Like he would just tire you. Like he would like take you into deep waters. Like we'd be doing what do you call it? Run the gauntlet or whatever. When is that what it's called? Like when we keep subbing out, but he stays in.
Shark Tank, whatever.
Shark Tank. We would be more tired. Like we'd have like 8 of us, and we'd be
give me more.
And he'd be like, keep going. Like he just had cardio for days, and so he'd just wear you down to the point, like, you know what I mean? But I always see like it's the killer instinct, right? And I just had a young girl, actually, Melissa, who went to have her first fight, and unfortunately, same thing. Like she just didn't have that killer instinct, you know. And you're just like, that's like something that I don't even know, how do you teach that?
Yeah,
I don't even. You can't teach heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah.
Like.
I think the only thing is trying to build the confidence in themselves, really, talking to somebody. You know, I think you see that more and more now with some UFC fighters and stuff who are struggling before, you know, fights mentally wise, and, you know, and stuff like that. Not only, you know, other fighters as well, too, but, you know, it's talking to somebody, you know, getting it out there in the world, you know, speaking it out. So that way you have somebody to talk over it with, and, you know, kind of come up with a game plan of how you can be more confident in yourself, and, you know, boosting that up. So I think that's really the only thing, you know. Like you said, you can't teach heart. So it's like some of us are just born with it, and others, you know, they're doing their best to get by with it. So
maybe you can teach more of a systematic approach instead of thinking. Because the reason I felt for the longest time, I was like, this is not for me. I'm not angry. I don't go in there angry. I have something where I could sit and do a puzzle for hours. Like I'll just no. Somebody touches my piece and tries to put one in. I'm like, no, now it's not mine. Like, but there's something like systematically in my head where I get in the cage. I'm a very lucid fighter. I found out there's 2. There's the blackouts, and then there's the lucid fighters. I'm very lucid. I'm in there talking to myself, like, okay, move in, move out. Because if you let your body take over with the fight or flight, because your adrenaline's running through the roof, it'll feel like you have cinder blocks in your feet, and you know, it just takes over in the bad way, instead of feeling primed and ready to go and just like, okay, I'm activated, versus, oh, I'm frightened. You know, you can perception, you know, your body listens. But I feel myself in there, you can maybe tell them like, the way you talk to yourself in the gym is the way you're going to talk to yourself in the fight. If you don't have a system, you have nothing to really fall back on. It's always going to be like being thrown into the deep end and not knowing what to do. You got to have some systems to fall back on. Even something as simple as breathe, focus on your breath, move, go in and out, trust your training. That's what I do. So
I like it. Definitely, if you're a young fighter and you want to take advice from what Melissa just said. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Because what I've been doing is I've just been creating fake accounts and talking trash to them online to try to make them angry, you know, like, you're not going to beat me, you idiot. You know, like that. I just send them fake messages and see if that like kind of like burns them up.
Fires them up a little bit.
But here's the thing, and for those that don't know, because obviously, like on your Instagram, you'll see, but you're friends with Juliana Killer Miller, and that's the Juliana you were talking about, like UFC, and you're there in her corner at the events and stuff like that. 8-0, La Mamba, doing her thing. how long before you get the call?
No clue.
Check your phone right now. It might have come in during this podcast.
All right, guys, bye.
Yeah. I'd say you're definitely on a short list. You know,
dude, it has to be
at
right?
8-0. You know, I feel like there's other girls in the UFC right now who don't have that good of a record, and you know, who are just coming into UFC and have, you know, a 50-50, just over a 50-50 record. So I definitely think you're on the short list of getting that call. So all the best for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep my weight down and
just stay ready, really, because I feel like short notice is a big one, you know.
Exactly.
Well,
even if it is a weight up or whatever, you know, anything.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
and I forget if I asked you this, and I apologize, but now this is for the Fight Insight fans anyway, so I'm going to ask you, but like, would you prefer a short notice call up to the big stage right away, or would you prefer a Contender Series where they give you time to prepare?
Probably short notice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Can I ask why?
Sink or swim.
Yeah. So just because you feel like you'll do better with the pressure, like, hey, this is it kind of thing.
So you're in. Go. Like, there is there's no trying to earn a contract in the sense. It's like, all right, UFC level person, let's go. Let's see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're fighting against another person that, let's just say you're both not UFC level, and you beat somebody who's not, and you feel like you're ready, and then you get in, and you're like, oh yeah, no, that level of like way under here. I'd rather just sit right off the bat.
Yeah.
But you know that you're UFC level because you train with UFC fighters.
Yes, it's so fun.
So if I'm asking you now, do you say, hey, Dana White, I am UFC level, let's go?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you got to say that now to Dana White. Go.
Okay, Dana, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, you know, like, we do this thing with Contender Series now where, like, I don't like it. Like, I don't like Contender Series because we've had people on the show that win on Contender Series and then they don't get in. And it's like, well, then what are these people supposed to do? And like in the old days, or like even still now, it happens. But like, if you're looking around the market and you see some girl who's out there 8-0, 5 stoppages, with the power that you have in the high level of Combate Global, like, it's not like you're doing pro fights in like Steve's backyard. You know what I mean? Like, you're in Combate Global, so like it's a legit promotion here. 8-0, obviously you just bring her into the show. Like, don't make her go through the stupid rigmarole of the Contender Series. Like, just get into there and then let's see what you got. And you already know UFC fighters, you've been there before, so it's like, it's not going to be shell shock to you.
Yeah.
It's
like in London, during the ceremonial weigh-ins. Oh, I got the chills. Like, I hate that I'm kind of numb to a lot of stuff, but I guess it's a good thing because it translates into fighting. But I don't get the chills very often, and I felt the roar of the crowd, and they were just you can just feel it. It was electric. I was like, oh, this is intense. I like this.
Yeah.
And even Juliana's last fight in Iowa, first fight of the night, they don't typically have a full crowd, and you walk out into the tunnel and you feel the same roar. You look around, oh, it's a packed place for the first fight. You know, try to take that in and like picture yourself in that moment. Like, all right, like, this is satisfying. And I love Combate. But have you ever been to the Apex for the fights? It's like that. You don't get that. I haven't experienced a massive crowd yet.
Right. Well, that's what we want, though, and that's what I'm saying too. Yeah. That's also why I don't want you in Contender Series either. I want you to go straight to the big show, and I want you in a goddamn arena because, like, give you the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, be there, be in that full thing, and like get it. Yeah. But like,
I definitely think walking out with, you know, you being able to have the opportunity to walk out with them in the UFC and get that feeling of the arena and everything is big. I know it was big for me when I walked out with Benson Henderson a couple of times on my come up before I got into the UFC and stuff like that. And it's just being able to feel that experience it and feel the crowd and the, you know, the energy and the you know, on the walk and everything. It's a big thing. And just like you know, I liked it, you know. It's like I wanted to be there. So yeah, it's definitely a great opportunity that you're able to do that. And I think it's only going to help you when you do get that call and you do make that walk. You're already going to kind of be adjusted to that and know that feeling.
Be able to internalize it. And I don't know if it sounds like you're like me. It's a performer at your core, like probably around a party or something. You like to make people happy. You like to bring that energy. Like you use people's energy naturally.
Yeah.
And it fuels you. Like during a weight cut, I could feel kind of poopy, just like low energy, whatever. But somebody puts time of a teammate and I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, so I can only imagine how I'll be able to use that in a fight. Like having people scream, or even if they're booing at you, like, all right.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, Melissa, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. Like I said, when I met you on Millions, I thought this girl is so cool, man. Like I really wanted to have you on this show. And then when I watched you fight, and we were promoting it here on the podcast too, like I was putting your poster up going, this is the girl to watch.
He was.
So I'm very excited that you're here. I'm very excited to see what's next in your career. Good luck to you. But before I let you go, I want to ask you the same question that I asked Black Mamba. 10. Scale of 1 to 10? 10?
Out of 10.
What's
happy? My family's healthy. I'm healthy. Or 10. Like, what more could you ask for?
I'm a contract.
There's that, but
I want that contract on
it's
your
coming.
I
can say it's coming, definitely.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Melissa, just keep promoting yourself, man. Keep putting yourself out there on social media. Keep talking with your manager. Keep talking with your friends. Keep doing whatever it is you got to do. You just got to get on the radar and just let them see, because look, man, they are dying for someone like you. Like the shows need that excitement. They need something. The divisions need to be shaken up, especially 115, you know, even 125, but like 115 definitely needs a shakeup, needs new blood in there. And you're the one to give them blood, you know? So
not yet blood, but new blood.
Yeah, exactly. Melissa Mamba Amaya, thank you so much for joining the show. I really appreciate you having you on, and good luck in all that you do and in your career. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It was great talking with you.
Podcasts like this with all three of us.
Thank you.
Follow
See you
up.
later.
Bye.
Have a good one. See you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, man. Look, we're going to move right in now. Bam, bam. That's it. We did it. Our third guest of the show, man. Bam, bam. Okay, listen, I am so excited for this, okay? Because this fighter is so interesting to me on a million different levels. She is a super high-class judoka who has done it all, trains and is friends with Ronda Rousey, goes into her MMA career and does very well, but now has gone into the insane world of power slap, okay? And now she goes viral for what I would have to say is like the biggest slap in power slap history, with this slap that everybody has seen it. It's the one where she hits the girl and the nose like just starts pouring blood out right away. I am so excited to have this guest, Bam Bam. I reached out to her. I'm so glad that she's willing to do this.
Awesome.
I don't know her. I've never spoken to her before or anything like that. All I know is that I can guarantee you that she is a pain in the ass. She is PETA, Pauline Macias.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
I love that pain in the ass, like right off the bat.
Well, look, that's what I've heard about you. But that's so Bam Bam. The thing is, her nickname is PETA, but it stands for pain in the ass, which I love it.
You know, I've actually had that nickname longer than my given name, longer than I've had Pauline.
Look, Pauline, I'm so happy to have you on this show. So thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much on short notice for doing this. Very excited. Look, how has your life changed after this thing? Because this thing is going viral like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wish Power Slap would have tagged me, so maybe I could have gone a little viral. But it's all right. It's fine. At least the video's going viral. That's all that matters, and it's helping the sport. And no, nothing's really changed yet. Hopefully something does, but
have you been gaining a lot of followers?
No, not really.
Are you
have you posted the video?
Well,
yourself?
The ones that people like made it a collab, where they collabed with me, but Power Slap like pinned it. Which is awesome. Like, I'm so excited for Chelsea because she is blowing up, and good Lord, with after her nose, she deserves it. I'm like, but yeah, no, it didn't really do anything for me yet because nobody really knows it's me. But it's okay. It's all right. It's gonna happen.
We gotta find a way to get it to know that it's you.
Yeah, I mean, because so like, do you just go around and look? I mean, because do you just go around on Instagram everywhere, and then anytime that someone's posted it, go, "Hey, that's me," and you just leave the comment?
Kind of yes and no. I mean, it's more so like my phone's just blowing up with people just basically wanted me to get banned, and I became the villain very quickly, which is awesome.
So get banned because you exploded her nose?
I guess so. Everybody thinks it was a punch. Well, clearly it was not. It was definitely a slab. It was like less than a centimeter too high of how they want. It was like instead of here, it was like here. But I just have so much power, and it just like followed through, and it took her nose. Man, I felt so bad because I love Chelsea. I love her like that, and like. If it wasn't for Chelsea, I wouldn't even have had a match, because that's not even my weight. I actually was at straw weight. I had already made weight Wednesday when they told me my opponent was like no longer medically cleared. And I was like, oh my gosh. But they found me an opponent right away. Chelsea stepped in. She cut weight. She almost made weight. And I just had to put on some weight, weight in with some pants and shoes, but that's all right. Like, hey, I made it. It's something I've never had to do before. I've been cutting weight since I was 11 years old, and I've never had to put weight on in like 18 hours.
Yeah, jeez.
So it was interesting.
And when you say you've been cutting weight for a long time, that's because of your history in judo, right? And because you've been a long-term competitor.
Yeah.
That's pretty
part of the sport,
Yeah, absolutely.
Was Ronda Rousey at that event because you were there?
Yeah, she only came for me. She left right after my match.
Nice, nice.
She was sitting with my family, and we grew up together, So yeah, no, and she was like, she came like just to support me, and now she's hooked. She was like, at first, it was kind of like I don't know, power slap, and now she's just like, this is awesome. She was, telling me all these exercises I could do to like strengthen my hands and like everything. Like she's so into it now. It's awesome.
Just be careful, because what she's probably going to do is tell you that all the best exercises to become a better power slap competitor is to work on her farm for free. So don't let her do that. You know what I mean?
Anyway, because she's my friend. So
nice. Well, that's so exciting. So here's the thing though, because one of the big things about power slap, and I know our a friend of the podcast that was on there, Destiny McCubbin, she did her first event that night as well.
Yeah.
She had told us that she really wanted to do it because of what it can do for your career in terms of like popularity and social media growth and stuff like that. Is that why you're doing it?
Not exactly. A couple of reasons. Hunter and Dana had kind of brought it up to me. I also went through like a divorce, so I like really needed to make money quickly. And Dana was like, "We're paying the power slap pretty well," and blah. I was like, you know what? I need to do something. So let's do it. Let's just do it. And so my first event was actually in December, and then this is my second event, and I don't know. After this one, man, it's I'm having a really good time. So
okay.
So I get that they're painting you as the villain, but I don't think people realize. And I was telling Bam Bam before, you lost that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like they DQ'd you.
Disqualified.
Wow. There was a lot of confusion up on stage. The refs that were actually reffing my match, they came up to me and were like, we have to watch it again and whatnot. They're like, I think we're going to call her no contest because she can't continue, but we don't know yet. Like, we've never had this situation before. Yeah. And then I know one of the refs stood up from down below off the stage and called it a foul. And so then I guess because it was only my first foul, and I guess since she couldn't continue, I got disqualified. But
she took the Aljamain Sterling out. You know what I mean?
No.
like because
absolutely not. Chelsea is such a badass.
No. Of course she can't continue, but like it doesn't seem right, because like that's kind of weird, because like you said, like even if it was a foul, then they take away a point.
Yeah, exactly.
But then if she can't continue, then I don't know what the rules are in this, but like in MMA.
That's what they said. They actually have a rule. They have never experienced this. So we were like sitting there, and that's why there was so much confusion. And I actually didn't know that I had hurt her nose initially, because you know, the little podium, the podium's there, and she was kind of squatted in front of it, and I'm on the other side. So I thought she had gone down because the slap before I had rocked her so bad and she had kneeled. So I thought that's what was happening. And then after I kind of moved around, and then I just saw like blood all over my hand, and I was like, what's going on? Like,
so you didn't even know because she takes the hit and then she drops down, like, and then from the camera angles you can see all the blood pouring, but we don't see what you're doing.
Complete opposite.
Yeah.
So explain it though. So you're allowed. So online, everybody's fighting, right? Because they're like,
I know.
That's it. And like you said, a lot of people were like, "That's a punch. That's a punch." I'm like, "Are you not watching the video? Like, obviously, it's not a punch."
Yeah, her hand is literally open and flat. Yeah.
So. Yeah, like so stupid. Like some girl's gonna go there and just slug the chick with a fist.
If it was a fist, what happened in my second pro fight would have happened. I like faked a jab and came for a right hook, and I shattered a girl's jaw. So like, trust me, they would know if it was a fist.
Yeah.
But so what is the rule? Because you are our third power slap competitor on the show, so I really appreciate you coming up. What is the rule? Like, where are you allowed to hit, or what are you not allowed to hit?
Okay, so you have to have like 3 points of contact, and they have to hit at the same time, which did happen. I don't know why everybody thinks it was clubbing. Like I think they might have called it clubbing, but I'm not sure. But you know, we're straw weights and flyweights, and we're women, and we are small and kind of crazy. I actually have like a very large hand for my size, and so I have like big hands and big feet. I don't know if that means anything for women, but but like, so basically, you want to hit exactly like here. Like you want this part of your hand to hit here, and all 3 parts of your hand to hit at the same time. Well, this is where you want to hit, and this is where I hit.
Jeez, I mean,
all right, for those on audio, she moved her hand like one hair with, like, you know what I mean? Like you moved
like a hair up. Yeah.
I think people, you know, I really work my ass off. Like I train so hard, and people just don't know the power I have. Like I was a gymnast, you know, and cheerleader, judo. You know, my core strength is just like unreal compared to a lot of people. But actually, you know what? Rhonda did bring up a really good point. She was like, dude, I know this sounds crazy, but you know, your gymnastics and all the judo and everything you've ever done, like I feel like it has actually all led up to this, to like now. And she was like, all the, like your strength is just like perfect for it. And she said, you look like you're like the only one of that takes it seriously, you know, my technique and form. And if you watch my first power slap to this one, I mean, it's not even the same person. I mean, I worked so hard to change it up, you know, and make sure I was doing everything correctly. And I don't know, I still got disqualified.
So like, has Dana White or anybody come to you and said, hey, don't worry, we're going to take care of you? Is there a thought that you overturn the decision? Because it's a money thing at the end of the day. Like if you don't win, it's less money.
Yeah. You only get 1 paycheck instead of 2, and it's literally half of, like, you only get half a paycheck basically. Like, and that's tough. You know, I really could have used the money. My ex-wife took all of it, so I really could use the money.
So has anybody said anything though? Because like we just watched UFC 317, and then the commentators, right? Like obviously they, you know, Dana White goes out there and he announces the performance of the night winners, and then people were saying like, oh, what about this guy and what about this guy? And then Dana White, as he often does, he goes, don't worry, we take care of the people. Blah blah blah. In a situation like yours, where you ostensibly you won, you know what I mean? Like arguably you did win that fight.
I going to 3rd round, I was definitely up considering I rocked her so hard in the second slap.
Yeah,
the first slap was clean, so
this thing is going incredibly viral. Nobody has reached out to you yet to say, hey?
Dana did, and it was just all congratulations. He said everything you did, you know, from bringing Rhonda to breaking her nose, like everything he said went viral. He said it's awesome, congratulations. That's pretty much all he's said.
Hopefully that turns into some congratulations.
I know, right?
Right? Because
are you spelling congratulations with a $sign at the end instead of an S? Like, what is it?
I would appreciate that. That'd be awesome, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, absolutely, you got to think. You bring a lot of eyes.
At the end of the day, Dana is just such an awesome person, awesome friend. I would do anything for him. So that honestly hadn't crossed my mind, like the money thing. As far as being taken care of, it was like, hey, I got disqualified, I lost. All right, let's work harder. Let's figure it out for the next one. But Frank did come up to me after and just said, awesome job and all of that. So nobody's really said anything like negatively as far as from the company.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Fan, just or whatever you want to call them, the people watching.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely think that's going to be more of an opportunity for them to bring you in for another show and maybe put you higher up on the card, because ultimately it's like, whatever, they have you at that villain role now or whatever, but you're also viral because you broke someone's nose and brought all eyes to them. So they're like, okay, well, we'll bump her up, maybe throw a little extra cash in there or something too, hopefully.
I definitely would like my pay to go up. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What's crazy is like, I think the whole week was just so crazy. Everybody's just kind of concentrating on the broken nose, but people don't realize everything that went on that week. It was just the most insane week. And if there's any way I can help the company, I will, and I'd love to be on the live card, of course. My first one was on the live one. Not a good time for me, that's for sure. I got disqualified too because supposedly my foot pivoted a little too soon. But this one, that's why my feet, I even have them pointed outwards. I was like, I am not getting called for my feet pivoting. So, and they didn't, but it is what it is.
But can I ask, the way that Power Slap works, are you on a contract for a certain number of bouts, or like how does the contract stuff work?
I am not. Mine has just kind of been like a fight per fight,
like
contract.
Whatever. Okay, but that's
now maybe we can go into some negotiations. What's crazy is this last Power Slap, the 2 most viral videos are kind of because of me. I brought Rhonda in that one video where she, and then 2 was my broken nose.
Right.
So I feel like the company.
Exactly.
As I know that I helped the company, then I'm good. That's
and
all.
Look, and the fact that Dana White knows that it's because of you that brought Rhonda, and you're right, because Bam Bam, the other, if you don't know, the other big video that's coming out of Power Slap 13 is where Rhonda's watching where that one guy bounces his forehead off the top, and you just see Rhonda going like, "Aw," and it's like, and then it's because of PETA. Like, I'm like, hey, wait a second, Rhonda's there because of PETA, which now I've confirmed, but I knew that was kind of how. And then the other big one is your thing, which is blowing up in terms of engagement. Like the Rhonda video is cool because she's there and whatever, but the engagement is on your video because it's on yours where everybody's arguing back and forth. Some guy was like telling me, like, it was so funny because people were like, it's clubbing, and I'm like, I don't think it's clubbing. I think clubbing means when you hit too deep, back in the head. That's what I understood. Yeah. So then
just
more of a
right. Yeah. So then someone was trying to explain to me, and they're like, "Oh no, it's because she hit too shallow." So this other person had broken it down, thinking that you, like, when you talk about the 3 points of contact, I think he thought you only hit these 2 points of contact, and that your palm, and that your palm was kind of too far out, so that it swung through to hit the nose. So he's like,
no, it's more basically what happened. If I show you this way, here's where they want us to slap, right?
Yeah.
This is where I slapped. But think about how much power I had. What is coming?
Drag across,
right
in front of there, and I followed through. So
you're supposed to, right?
I would never want to hurt Chelsea. I have a fear of hurting people as it is, because I've just always been very strong for my size. So even as a kid, I used to be terrified of hurting people when I was judo. I don't know why, considering I've done combat sports my whole life. But
yeah, I was gonna say you're in the wrong sport. But this is the thing though, because when we had Darren Godfrey on, who's the other guy who hit that guy and his head bounced off the thingy before, from England, he was we were trying to get out of him, like his technique and stuff like that. But he was saying like it's important to follow through so that you can like snap the head of the person. And essentially that's what you did. So if the girl's nose gets broken, I'm surprised it hasn't happened before, quite frankly. Like,
I am too. Well, you know what, too? You have to think that these guys have bigger heads, bigger faces. That's true. You know, and women. I mean, when they measure your hand at the like during media day and all that, my hand is the size of a lot of not a lot, but some of the men, and us women, especially. I'm a strawweight. That's 115 pounds. You know, I know this match was at 125 because I had to, you know, the whole like swap and whatnot. But like Chelsea, it's not like she's a giant. You know what I mean? And she has this little face. And I did I worked really, really, really hard for this. And you know, it is frustrating when you work so hard, you make weight, and then you have to put weight on. You have to, I didn't even blink twice when they asked me about going fighting a 125 girl. I was like, yep. Then why am I even gonna question it? Absolutely, I'm not gonna pull out.
Put in all that work.
Yeah, and so I think that's it is frustrating when you work so hard and then you're like, man, I got disqualified. Like I am 0-2 in power stuff. Like everybody know that.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny? You're 0-2 and you're gonna get a title shot next. You know what I mean? Because
I hope so. That'd be awesome. That's what Ronda was like. She's like, you need to get the strawweight title and then come turn around and then get the flyweight title. Considering you just like knocked this 125 girl down. Like,
yeah.
And Chelsea did go against Paige and Mickey, right? Like as far
Look, I'm excited for it, man, because here's the thing. It's people like you that are bringing eyes to it, in all honesty. Yeah. And it is not a bad thing to have Ronda in your corner. If anybody is going to get the ear of the UFC to kind of help propel you into that next spot, it's that. And I also love that you're not on a contract because Bam Bam, imagine if Peta's sitting there saying like, oh yeah, I'm on a 4-fight contract and I just finished 2. It's like, well, now I can't renegotiate until the next one. But if you're just doing them one after the other, then the next time they call you, like the next time they call
moment. Go with it. Yeah,
no, I mean it really did go viral. I mean it is I wish like my personal social media would have like grown a bit because I can't believe how big the video has gotten. I was even shocked, you know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to post the videos and make it go viral myself. And be like, "That's me. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
Right
absolutely.
There. That's
me." Look, I'm gonna cut that out where you were just saying that. I'm gonna add that onto the video and then make it. Because,
that's me.
Yeah.
All right there. Oh my god, the cheer came out real quick, huh?
but honestly, that's what you got to keep doing, and really, you just got to keep flooding the market with it because people can't get enough of that shit. You know what you do? You just keep putting it to different music too. Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
Help.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Some reels.
Honestly,
if she dies, she dies. Boom.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, yeah.
My friend Jesse's house. I don't know if you guys know the influencer Jessie Lawless. She's on TikTok. She's one of my best friends. And I'm like, Jessie, I need help making a reel. Because I need people to know that this was me.
Honestly.
And I'm so grateful everybody that, like Jessie and Ronda and everybody online, they're like, fighting for me. I don't want to call it fighting, but defending, I guess you can say. I'm like, thanks, Jess. Thanks, everybody. I'm just so grateful. Like my support system is incredible, and at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. And I'm happy. And what more can you ask for, right? Hey, at least I made some money. I could be exactly where I was last week, so it is what it is.
I'm so happy for you, and you're like the nicest person too. Like this is incredible to get to meet you, because like,
I actually am really nice, but that's what's funny that I'm like such a villain. But it's okay. It is what it is.
But you can play it up too, right? Like I mean, last question. Is that your dog or Bam Bam's?
It's actually dog.
Oh, your dog. Is it? No, that's okay. I just didn't know. Last question before I let you go.
Yeah, let's hear it.
do you want to play it up as the villain now? Like, it seems like you're way too nice. That's my problem now.
Yeah, it might be hard to play that role.
Yes, now I am nice. All right. But I don't put up with shit. All right?
Yeah.
I'm a very nice person, and I will let you go after me as hard as you can, and I still won't do anything. But let me tell you, you cross the line, you don't want to fuck with me then. That's all I have to say. I'll play the villain if that's what they want. They already hate me, so bring it on. They can't touch me. They can't hurt me. I dare them to come up to me and try and fight me. My goodness. Yeah. I'd throw them over their head so fucking fast they wouldn't even know what happened. Like,
Are you still fighting in MMA? Do you still plan to go back to MMA as well?
Well, I mean, that was my plan. You know what? I think when I talk to Dana next week, I think we're gonna probably sit down and kind of figure out what's gonna be next for me. I mean, I think, I'm great at power slap. Clearly I have the power. I mean, I'm a strawweight, and I did that to a flyweight. I think and not to mention that I wasn't heavy enough at all. Right. And so I think that's the biggest thing is once people realize that that's not even my weight division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just I have no idea what's next. I did not expect this whatsoever. So I have no idea what's next. I would love to do MMA because I'm maybe not next, but hopefully soon. People have no idea how good I am at MMA. I've done throws that I've never even throws takedowns in MMA that have never even existed before. In my Contender Series fight, I picked up a girl for the double A, and with her legs in the floor or in the air, I turned it into a hip toss.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm excited for you and here's the thing too. I'm happy that you're saying that you're still going to fight in MMA as well, because this might even leverage you into an MMA fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This could take you anywhere.
I feel like this is going to help you a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea what this is going to do, but yeah, I mean, hopefully I can just get my name out there. People realize that was me that slapped. That was me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
see this video right here? That was me. No.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. Two things. First, you need to start going and making those clips. Get your friend, influencer, whatever. I think what you need to do, right, the minute we get off this podcast, you need to call Power Slap or whoever the hell it is and ask them if you're allowed to use the video. Because you don't want them,
or get the copyright or whatever. Make sure it's not, they're not going to be like, no, you have to take it down.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
and I think a couple of other slap news and a lot of people have the video that is Power Slap too. That's a good point.
So contact them because Slap News has a really good angle of it.
Yeah, they do.
But they've plastered their stupid watermark all over it. You know what I mean? So you got to call them or whatever and just go, hey, look, I'll do an interview with you or I'll do whatever, but can I just use it for me, please? You know,
take the watermark off.
Then, like we said,
Power Slap did send me the video. I'll have to look. My phone has been blowing up, so I have really. I'll double check, but I will talk to Power Slap because I need to make sure everything's good on their end.
Yeah. You don't need to piss them off for that. So first thing, you make sure you get the clip for you so that you can do it. Second thing, you repurpose the shit out of it. You put, like Bam Bam said, you put Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies, and then the clip. You do it with different music. You do it with that guy that's behind the tree that he's like this. You know that on that meme, that guy in the yellow suit.
Oh yeah, kind of.
Or where you have all those guys going, oh, or whatever. You just every stupid thing on the internet that you can find, you just keep creating memes with it. And then you flood the hell of it. Third thing here, this is very important, Peta.
All right, let's hear the third thing.
Stop being nice to the girl that you smashed the nose on. You can't do that. You can't be saying that. You can't be saying, oh, but I like her, whatever. I get it. You did it here, but you got to stop that. From now on, no more of that because you got it.
I broke the nose. I broke the nose. It's gone.
And it shouldn't have been.
Now, huh?
I think so. We're at least not too nice. You're too nice.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Don't be nice.
Yeah.
You know what though? That's honestly something my parents used to tell me when I was little. So maybe it's time to listen, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it because like, hey, like whatever this leads to, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Like really happy. Last question I'm going to ask you. It's a question that my mother used to ask me almost every day of my life growing up. I ask it to all our guests that come on the show. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
10. Absolutely 10.
Nice.
No, I woke up today. I have air in my lungs. My family's healthy. Life's good. I got a little bit of money in the bank. Everything's okay. Life's okay. Yeah. And I get to do what I love. Like I get to compete. My birthday was Friday, and on my birthday. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I got to do what I love to do on my birthday, which is compete. And I got a lot of attention and everything. You know, I think it's only up from here, and I'm at a 10. Absolutely.
Awesome.
I'm so happy for you. I'm happy that you're a 10 with everything that you said. I'm sorry about all the crappy stuff that's happened to you, but everything is going well, man. Like, I'm so happy for you. Everything is going good. Say hi to Ronda Rousey for me.
Yes.
If she ever needs... Wait, are you frozen now? No, it looks like she's frozen.
She's frozen.
Frozen. Is this my internet sometimes? I feel like sometimes it's mine. But then you're clear.
She's
oh, here we go.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, okay. There you go. You're back.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. Sorry about that. Sorry. Was that Dana White calling you with money?
No. I wouldn't. No.
I would love for that to happen. Anyways, look, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on everything. Success in your career and everything that's to follow. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Tell Ronda Rousey that if she ever wants to do a very small, lousy podcast to hit me up because I'd love to have her. I can't wait to see her movie too. They're changing her book into a movie.
I know that.
That's pretty freaking crazy.
Cool. For a little while.
That's pretty cool, man. That's very cool. Look, good luck to everything, Peter. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. We'll talk to you again.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. It's great talking.
Be mean.
I will.
You got to work on that too. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, Bam Bam. To have 3 guests on the show and not actually be too late in time is pretty cool. I know I've kept you a long time though, and I'm very sorry. Can I just say, I didn't want to say it when the guests were on, but am I not a crazy matchmaker here if I say Pauline Macias versus Melissa Amaya in UFC?
Yeah.
Both 115-pounders, both killers, both with a lot of power, both with a good story behind them.
Yeah. Both got some momentum. Yeah.
Dude, make that happen. Bam Bam. That
not
is
contender series either. Just straight into the show.
Of course, straight into the show. Look, there is no way you put PETA on contender series after what she's done for you now, after what she's done for your power slap and all that. No, you respect her. Yeah, you respect her with a shot in the big show for sure.
And I think Melissa, I mean, she's just, that phone call's got to ring any minute now. I mean, I'm surprised.
I'm gonna check my phone now and see if she's got it while we've been doing this. Yeah, like dude, that 8-0. If you think about what Mario Batista said to us last week about saying like women get in with like a 6-7 record.
That's what I was saying too. Is like you see it, you see these girls get in and they're, a little over a 50-50 record. It's like 8-0, and she's finishing. She's got finishes and finishing people like
and marketable.
I would expect
marketable.
The call. Yeah. I would
and marketable. She speaks so well. She presents so well. Like that's the kind of person you want. And then she's got the skills. Anyways, look, I could talk on this forever. I will say thank you to Rageworks Podcast Network. Of course, we've been a part of them. Thank you to Sweep the League Network. You can find us on there. Thank you to Eat Shroom Bar. Where is it?
It's right behind you. There you go.
Boom. EatShroomBar.com. Go check these out. These taste amazing. Protein bars. They've got all these mushrooms in them. Gives you all sorts of good stuff. 2,000 milligrams of mushroom blend per bar. These things taste amazing, man. Eat Shroom Bar. Thank you to them for helping sponsor the show. And look, Bam Bam. Next week on the podcast, another big pull from my man Bam Bam. We're getting Lucky Lauren Murphy back on the show. I think,
excited
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ahead of her retirement fight. You got to tell me what day and time that is, because I also have another guest lined up, which very quickly, I think I'm going to try and line it up so that we get it next week. It's another guy that went viral, but he was on the wrong end of this. It's this guy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did see this. Yeah. Well, I saw the clip. Yeah.
So for audio only, it's Luis Hernandez. He's the guy where he beats a guy, gives the DX crotch chop, and then Sean Strickland runs in and starts throwing hands at him.
Yeah. I don't know, running at him, but he's like fast speed walking out.
Like he was doing like a Nate Diaz kind of stupid walk.
Speed walk. I don't know what he's doing.
And then throws punch. Dude, that is crazy. Anyways, Luis Hernandez, that guy, he's called the Stash because he's got that nice, powerful mustache.
Yeah.
He should be coming on as well. So look, that would be an incredible 2 guests. Bam Bam, we are out of here, my man. Thank you so much for doing this, man. This was great.
Appreciate it. Of course, it was a good one. Take it easy.
See you later, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.